Welcome to my art channel with my sketchbook right here.
I'm going to read off Mariah's address now
What?
so people know where you live.
It's on Gay Street.
Watch them find you now.
I was writing these little letters at work today, like postcards, and there was a lot of them. There's hundreds of them. And one of the addresses said Gaylord Street, and I was like, huh. And then I wrote it down. So Mariah lives on Gaylord Street.
Gaylord Street.
Hey, we might want to cut that just in case it's a little too close to home, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's in a completely different state, Kaylin.
Oh, a different state?
Yeah, no, like she has wholesalers all over US.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like down the road.
Oh.
Well, Mariah is a Gaylord.
Gaylord Street. Yeah.
I try, it tends to be a part of my character trait.
Today,
Normally, when I give, I get you 50% things you like, 50% something inclusive.
Yeah, I never opposed to it.
I know.
I feel like
not out of it's your own personality, but genuinely, it's like one of your interests and something you're passionate about.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
every year my goal, I became more gay. Check.
Today, when I was at work, I was supposed to go in at 9, and I decided to go in at 1 instead.
That's
'Cause
exciting.
Because it was MLK Day, so she said I could not work at all if I didn't want to. And I was like, I'll work a little bit, but I want my morning to myself. And it was such a lovely morning. I called Mariah and I made avocado a muffin bread with bacon.
Nice. You texted me as soon as I went into work, and then it was a shit day at like the moment I stepped in.
I feel like I shouldn't have to work on Martin Luther King Day. Not that I did today, but like in general. But like I also had to work on Juneteenth, so it's kind of a scam.
No,
That
literally
makes a lot of
everybody. What happened to shopping on Saturday and Sunday? Why'd you wait till Martin Luther King Day to go shopping? Like it was busier than any weekend day. I'm like, y'all all suck for this. They made my time and a half. At first, I was like, why am I getting time and a half for Martin Luther King Day? Like,
Yeah, I'm confused.
I was like,
I don't think any other place gets time and a half for Martin Luther King Day.
well, no, I found out it was hardly worth it. Like,
So I should
was
get your
busy.
and half.
It was hardly worth it.
You weren't there.
Mariah, you should get double.
Yeah, I should. And I shouldn't have to work either. I should just get double.
I'd take double.
Oh, yes. Yes. I shouldn't have to work either. I should just get double. Yeah.
Bro, I had to work on Juneteenth, and I was just like,
making higher and higher
it feels
demands.
wrong.
What did Buchanan say?
No, what Mariah say
I said it felt wrong that I had to work
on Juneteenth.
on Juneteenth.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, I'm pretty sure, first of all, it's a new holiday. It's a new acknowledged holiday. It's been a holiday. Also, I worked that day, and so did, I think, every other black person that I work with at my store.
Yeah, do you see the correlation, Kinsey?
Yes. Why are we sitting here? Yes, I understand.
That's I agree, Mariah. I completely agree.
So that's what I'm saying. I agree. I understand. I agree. That sounds like
I was like looking at Kinsey as the only other white person in this room. I'm like, you get it?
I already said I agree.
Are you hip to it?
Are you hip to it?
Are you
I think we should also get the whole month of June off while we're at. No, I'm kidding.
I think I'm more hip
all
because
of us should get the whole month of June.
No, I'm more hip because
should burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying
I mean,
I'm
that's
more
a
hip
valid
because I
statement.
had to like find resources, because I came from Mississippi. There weren't many resources there.
Bro, Mississippi probably didn't even acknowledge. Mississippi probably didn't even acknowledge Martin Luther King Day, let alone Juneteenth, because it wasn't a federal holiday till like last year.
Bro. No,
Mississippi was probably like, Martin Luther. Who
I'm gonna
he?
go adopt some
From
kids
the Bible?
From the Bible? I don't remember that part. I'm
Go
a
save them.
Christian. I don't remember that part.
It's okay. Well. You're listening to Post Credit Depression, where we talk about this week's current hyperfixation. My name's Mariah, and my fun fact is I made it to the gym today.
My name's Kinsey, and my fun fact is that I am finishing the Fontaine quest so that I can actually enjoy it, unlike how I waited an entire year to play the Sumeru one.
Sorry, I decided to just start clapping.
Okay.
My fun fact is a short story.
What's your name?
Kaylin.
You're not allowed to have a short story. I'm sorry.
I already talked to Mariah about it.
Rebuked.
You ready?
What?
When I moved to Ohio, my senior year of high school, I got to the cafeteria and I decided, my Scorpio moon decided that, we could be anybody. This is a new start. After I started crying from being overwhelmed, I was like, I'm going to go by a different name. I'm going to come up with a nickname, and that's what people are going to call me. And so they decided to call me Kai. And I won't tell you one of the reasons, but one of the reasons was because I watched Ninjago, and my favorite one was Kai. And so when I went to college, I stopped that shit. My professor said it was dumb. He said pick one name, because I had literally 3 names going around. And so I picked Kaylin. I was like, I might as well stick to that one. Honestly, I don't want to professionally be known as Kai. But it's funny because with my recent friends, from recent years, friends I met in college, whoever, and I run into someone from high school in public, they're always like, hey, Kai, how are you doing? Hey, what's up, man? And I'm like, I get such cringe embarrassment. I'm like, oh, God, that was a hot face.
You're staring in the face of your Ninjago persona.
Literally a persona, and
haunting you.
I fucking rocked it. I was I had a good senior year. People liked me, and I was Kai. And it's just funny because I don't. And you know what? If I could go back, I'd do it all over again. I think it's a funny thing. It's I know specifically where that person's from. Because sometimes, let's say it's oh, I know that person. Where are they from? And they say Kai, and I'm like, that 1 year, I went by it.
This isn't in high school, but in middle school, I told people my eyes changed colors depending on my mood.
Me with my Twitter mutuals, they all know me by different names too. None of them know my real name. Well, except for my one mutual that helped me with my resume. She knows my real name.
All right, now everybody shut up. I'm in charge of today's episode. Mariah, wash the floors. Kaylin, do my laundry. And everybody, listen to me.
I will quit this podcast right now. I'll take it all down. No one else has access to it.
Delete the entire show. Actually delete the account and all the videos.
You know what?
All of it.
That would remind me of the one time Mariah had a house key. I'm not going to say what happened on the pod, but that one time Mariah had a house key and you and I were like, what?
You can say it.
Shut up, peasants. It's my episode.
Maybe
anyways,
next time.
Shut up. We are doing part 2. I don't even need anybody to ask me because I'm the king today. We are doing part 2 to Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. And I will be asking the questions, so everyone shut up.
You're making me laugh, dude. My giggle dick is turned on.
Your what?
My giggle dick is turned on. You are allowed to say that. That was a good one. You have been awarded a gold star from your king. I will grant you 1 intermission because of how funny that was. Mariah, you shut up. No gold star for you.
I haven't spoken.
Shut up. Anyways, so season 2 of Sugar Apple Fairy Tale.
It's not season 2.
We're calling it season 2 because we're doing a second episode about it.
Different
The
opening.
listeners are going to be confused.
I don't care.
I don't care. It's technically the second arc, okay? So here we go. All right. I'm not going to go in chronological order. I don't mind, not mentioning certain parts of the plot. I just have certain questions for you guys, okay? So, what was each of yours opinion or, how you enjoyed watching Anne and Xiao's relationship develop? Did you feel like there was more things?
Can you point at one of us so that we know who you're talking to first?
Thank you. Another gold star. What a smart...
No, it's not. You can't point to people. It's different on everyone's screen.
No gold star. Mariah, you get the gold star because that was a good point. All right. Mariah, tell me what
mentally
you thought.
point.
I actually wrote down notes because that's what I do. And if you see right here,
that's not that many.
Circled.
What kind of fucking notes is that?
My giggled.
Right here, I wrote notes, and in all caps and circled and stars, I wrote when he called her good girl. Well, it actually all started the first episode in season 2, quote unquote. He said the line "as you wish" to her, and as the listeners don't know, The Princess Bride is actually one of my favorite films.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing a man say "as you wish" to her was like all that. It was like the world made sense. It was like that picture on Twitter when all the dolphins and the sparkles are there, and they're like, "This is the world when blank. This is the world when a man tells a girl "as you wish." I was already done for. Didn't even matter.
I thought about that movie in that scene too.
Also, there was a scene right after that when he went to go kiss her and Benjamin popped up and I got mad.
I know they should have kissed.
They never kissed at all. I watched 20. You made me watch 24 episodes of a romance for them not have a single kiss. Kinsey, I was mad when it ended. I said, okay, and kiss
First
and
of all,
kiss.
I made you read how many chapters of Midnight Poppyland before they fucking kissed. Damn.
No, wait, this is a slow burn. I wanted to punch my computer when they were like, someone else. I'm like, bro, you like licked her face basically, like kissing her.
I know. He was like rubbing his mouth all over her cheek. I wouldn't want to
tell somebody to go fall in love with someone new after they just nuzzled me like that.
Nuzzled.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I would describe this as the best version, and when I say like best version, imagine Twilight. Take away all the emo-ness of it. Take away the movie and the actors, really. Like, maybe leave the, like, what Robert Pattinson looks like, but, like, just all the acting. Maybe even the storyline. But the only thing that stays is, shy girl. But she's not that shy. She's actually a very independent woman, but whatever. Like, you know, just maybe, like, growing naive. Like, okay, we'll call that, whatever. And immortal man. This is probably one of the best versions I've ever seen of that, because, like, he knows what's up. He knows that, like, I think, one, he just prioritizes her happiness, so even if she chose to be with someone else, I think that he would still stay by her side and just support and love her. But I think he knows what the fuck's up. He knows what he's playing. He knows he's toying with her. He knows she likes it, and it's very cute. And I imagine me being in high school watching this, like, getting super duper flustered with her, like, her ass turned red. I know she was walking out squeaking.
I'm a 25-year-old woman, and this man had me giggling and freaking out over the simplest gestures.
Kicking your feet.
I was like running laps over just ways that he would look at her and talk to her, and then when he said that good girl thing, I honestly almost suffocated. I just like I couldn't handle it. I was like, Jesus, it's been quite some time since I've liked someone like this. I was like, Jesus Christ.
And the thing is I think he... Oh.
No, it's okay. You may talk.
Oh, I think he has, like, a certain awareness, like, I know she's into me. I love her. I've decided that already. And I know she's into me. But also by the off chance that she chooses whatever path she wants in life, like, she wants to be with somebody, like, I'll still love her and I promise to be with her forever. Because, like, I think when I see some of the story stuff, like, kind of unfold, like, for example, when he saw her, like, laughing with that one dude, I think he has this, like, I just want her to be happy, but also I think he wants her, like, the most, obviously. Like, I think he's got that, like, healthy level of possessive. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes. No, I agree.
Like when he'd get mad when other people would, like, touch her or, like, sniff her.
It almost feels like he knows she likes him, but at the same time he really wants her to choose him 100%. Like, she's pretty, like, new to all this stuff, so I think he's just like, obviously anything I say or do to you, if you already like me, you're gonna be affected by it deeply, and I don't want you to just, like, choose me out of excitement, but, like, choose me because I've already chosen you for the rest of your life, so, you know.
Also, when he says that he'll be together with her forever, that's, like, a big thing for me, because, like, I get scared about what happens after we die, and honestly, something
she's gonna
about
get
that...
old too.
No, she's gonna get old and die, and he's, like, gonna live a lot longer than her. And, you know, I just like the idea of when I die, I get to be some sort of, you know, matter in space floating around, being happy with my best friends and my loved one. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it is. You know? But I liked that confirmation. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, forever. Not just till my human life dies, you know? But I appreciate that. I'm very interested in, like, the backstory with the girl that stared at the
Birthed him.
obsidian. I don't want to say birth because then it sounds like mommy. Like, I don't know. I was wanting to say that, but I didn't want to. Elizabeth.
Let's talk about that. Actually, I think that's a fun topic to jump to. Is the overall story and or lore about these very strong fairies, the opal fairy, obsidian fairy, and the diamond fairy, all sitting in that hilt of the sword. What did you guys think about, like, the quality of that? Like, more so the origins. What is that sword? What do you think it even comes from? What do you think is going to be this kind of a big question? But this is what I was most interested talking about besides the romance, is I liked the fairy lore specifically.
Well, they said that it was from the Fairy
So, Maya?
King.
You didn't wait for her to point.
Mariah, it's your turn. But also what I'm saying, I know it is from the Fairy King, but why do you think the sword itself could be important besides the fact that it's owned by a king?
I mean, I think it's just the king's sword, and the fight with the Fairy King was supposed to be like it wasn't like the war was going on, and then the war ended because the fairy and the king, like the Fairy King and the regular king, were like, we are pals, we are not enemies, we should actually be getting along. But obviously he died. I don't know how he died. I don't remember if they said that. And I think the sword is held on to almost like a memento, like this is an important, like, I think there was a moment probably where the fairies and the humans got along, and that sword is supposed to be like a remembrance of that. And I don't think like their destiny is to take over again. I think it's almost like, hey, you guys are birthed to remind the humans that like fairies are supposed to be treated like equals type of deal.
Oh, so this is a theory.
I thought the sword was insurance for the future, basically picking the most 3 powerful stones so that 3 fairies would be born out of it in case, things were to be unbalanced in scales of power. So I think the Fairy King...
But, like, I don't think that they were supposed to, like, kill humans, like, thought so.
Well, what did you just say?
Whatever his name was.
The fall fish, La Fall.
Oh,
yeah, like,
Opal
LaFall
Fairy?
was like, our destiny is to take
Opal.
over and kill humans, where I think the truth is maybe they are there to balance it out, but not in, like, an evil sense, more like to remind them, like, what we're supposed to live in peace.
Oh, yeah, that's what I just said, though. Yes. I think they were supposed to be, like, insurance, not, like, come back and kill the humans and control them. It was
exactly. And Mr. Fall was not thinking correctly.
You could just call him the Opal Fairy if you want.
It's La Fall fish, La Fall. But anyways, can I go now?
Yes.
Okay. My brain, when I watched it, I didn't think about anything prior to that sword being put there. My monkey brain just kind of was like, Diamond is out there. I know Diamond's out there already.
Well, Diamond
actually,
is not born
Fall
yet.
Mr. Fall has the diamond in his hand.
Maybe Diamond will be born.
Yes,
I think it will
Diamond has
be.
not been born. And like in Kaylin's wise
I hope it's a girl.
Kaylin's wise words, no body, no death. So
Actually, I stole that from Mariah, actually.
I know.
No body, no death.
So Opal
She said that
Fairy
since Norman.
is alive.
She been saying that since
that
Norman.
motherfucker is alive.
He's the blueprint, actually. That's in
Bro.
anime.
The second I saw Mr. fall off of the cliff thing, I was like, where'd he go? I know that motherfucker ain't dead.
I think
me
he's
too. I was
actually
scared.
He's waiting for Miss Diamond to wake up so he could be like, okay, Shao, our destinies are aligned. You don't know it yet, but when I get Miss Diamond on my side, you'll have to be on my side.
Yeah, because let's just talk about how Mr. Opal is gay for Shao.
Oh
and
my
I-
god,
Yeah,
you
bro.
know who this
There was a
reminded me
line-
of?
Well,
Well,
who?
wait, hold on.
It reminded
What?
me of Interview with the Vampire when, like, he basically was like, I'll change your mind. And, like, the whole time Mr. Brad Pitt vampire was, like, not having it. And he's like, it's okay. You'll learn to love me. And he's like, here's a child. And remember, he, like, made the child vampire to force him to love him and love his life as a vampire. He's like, see, we're a big, happy family now.
Because he was trying to
There was
get
a
with him.
line during the last episode where he was talking about their destinies per usual. And he said, you were meant to be with me. And then he said, you were meant
it was
to love
Telegate.
me. And I was like, did I hear that? I was like, did I hear that right?
He was ready to kill Anne.
Dude, straight up, in my bones, I felt like this was a love triangle where Shao is in love with Anne, and Opal Fairy was like, "How dare you? Like, I want to be with you. Like, please choose me, love me." And Shao was like, "No," and you know.
I just cannot with how this author makes such close calls left and right all the time, because like Shao almost always, like, there's a lot of the time, like, is in these detrimental states, like where he gives his wing, or when, you know, they're kidnapped and it's like, or Shao was about to fucking die had the other fairies not decide to help, which I don't know, it stresses me out, dude. Like, there's so many close calls, and like he was about to kill Anne. I'm like on the edge of my seat, and I was like, it's okay, I saw the thumbnail for the 24th episode and it said a new shape, and I know that this is gonna be okay.
Yes, Opal Fairy is mysterious. I hope they make Diamond Fairy a woman. I'm interested to see their fates. Now, on to what Mariah's name says. Kat and Hugh are gay. I don't like Hugh, but I do ship him with Kat, and I think their dynamic is very, very queer-coded. They feel like they used to be lovers, and then one of them pissed the other one off, but they still, like, meet up to bang sometimes.
What did I tell you, Mariah? I said they tried to date. Oh, sorry. You go first.
No, continue.
I said they used to date, but their personalities were too much alike. And you know how you can't date somebody that's too much like you? You have to date somebody with a healthy amount of differences. Like, that's what happened.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a rivals to lovers to enemies situation. Very unfortunate.
Yeah,
like,
but
they were like
said
whoever they
once
were
in a
working
while.
together with, they were like in love, but they were working together doing the same thing or whatever in the same vicinity. And Kat was like, I can't take this anymore. I only create art for what I want to do, and we can't do this anymore. And Hugh was like, we literally live in this castle. What do you mean? And Kat was like, I can't do this anymore. He left, and Hugh's resentful because Kat left.
Like, he was not about to use that favor during a consensual already, like, you know what? I'm down to fuck. I don't care with who. I might as well be your ass because you're the only one I can think to call up. And then, like, in the middle of some shit, he's like, hey, how about that favor?
Bro, Hugh literally said, I made a bet. This is the beginning of the season 2 part. He was like, I made a bet with Kat that you wouldn't tell me what I need to know. So now he owes me one, and I'm going to leave him whimpering. And I was like, you're going to what?
And Kat is like, he's like, leave me alone. I'm so over you. I have so many options. And he was like, but they're not like me though. And Kat's like, he like gets annoyed. Like, I can tell.
It's pretty cool. I like the queer codedness a lot, and I want to see obviously some confirmed shit at some point. Maybe it's like a couple that just shows up one day, but even the king, the fairy king and the human king in the history, I think they were in love too.
I know. I think so too.
Like, I
the
like
way
a
they're
lot of that stuff.
painted on that church is way too like lovers to enemies. Two Kokome. I mean, Inuyasha and what's her face?
Kikyo.
That's what it feels like.
Like lovers who didn't want to like go at it. Technically, Naraku killed Kikyo, not Inuyasha, and then technically Kikyo didn't kill Inuyasha. She just bound him to a tree.
I know, but you understand what I'm saying, though. Like, it's the implied stuff that they thought they had done. Goddamn. You know what? Goldstar taken away from you, actually.
Oh.
How dare you? Let's hear. What did you guys think about the progression of her sugar confections with this arc? Like,
that's a good question.
Did you like certain confections more? Did you feel
Mariah
like
got to go first twice in a row now?
All right, we will let you go first. What did you think?
Mariah, stop with it. She's like, she's got a headache or something. The first season really stressed me out, but I think that it's kind of like Haikyuu season 1 with the training arc of like she is fighting in a man dominated field, trying to just make it, like get her fucking like experience, get into these competitions, have a fair fight, and it's like they're literally trying to burn her hand and feed her to wolves, and it's like, or lock her in a castle, like lots of really fucked up shit. So it was like really cozy to watch her find this. Like, I was already stressed out by the end of season 1 from the Bridget shit. It was which we didn't even touch on, by the way. Like, we can come back to that, but it was very hilariously dealt with, in my opinion. And just, she immediately gets appointed as the headmaster, and I was like, what stressful shit's about to happen? But then as you get to know the workshop and how much they respect her and, you know, collaborate with her, and by the end of it, like, when she's kidnapped, they keep working in her honor because they know when she comes back, you know, and in hope that she comes back, that, you know, she's not going to have to wonder or worry about the project. And I had a really cozy time watching it. I told Kinsey that when she tells me stories about the current studio she works in, that I don't know, it just gives cozy art studio vibes. Like, we're all here for each other, we're all going to help each other, and it was a lot more nice to watch. And I liked the plot of just season 2, like, when it came to the sugar confections, she deserves a leadership role, I think. And I mean, she's only like, what, 16 years old now at this point, so I mean, that's not realistic, but my head canon, she's already older, you know what I mean? It's like when you get promoted way too fast, but you also just adapt to it really well. So very proud of her.
Yeah, I remember when she first met the people in the studio, or what's it called, the workshop. Their work sucked. I was like, I don't know how I'd be like Anne. Like, I'd be nice. I'd be like, oh yeah, that looks great. But Anne was making like phenomenal stuff. I feel like as a teacher, I'd be looking like, you know, maybe you're not stirring your sugar right or something. Why is it not glowing? Because all of her stuff
Why is it not glowing?
All her stuff would be glowing, and then they'd make a sugar confection like that horse. The shape was great, but like, why was he not glowing?
When she asked him like why he wasn't following the customer instructions, he's like, they don't get that. And she's like, I don't know, I think you should give them what they want, something that they'd like. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of her art was like more like the passion wasn't there when other people were making it. Like, they said that she particularly like made her own sugar a different way than everyone else was.
That could be it. Maybe once she came into the, like, I think I mean, this is a given. She turned that whole workshop around, and like, that's the whole point of that little arc. But I think she inspired everybody. Like, I mean, even the headmaster, whatever, he's like half misogynistic, half kind of cool. But like, she even turned him around. Like, he used to be a lot more of an asshole, and then he was like only half an asshole by the end of it. He was like, oh wow, you were right about joining this competition. I didn't like the stakes that he would draw up, like, about like, oh, I'll let you enter this contest you just begged me to do, but you have to be fired if we lose. Like, he was a little too intense sometimes, and he's a bad dad, but also Bridget kind of needed it.
Damn,
I know. I think
Bridget.
she was kind of a spoiled brat, TBH.
Mm-hmm.
But
like,
She was.
probably at his own fault.
Yeah, maybe that's just how she coped. Like, she was never allowed to do stuff as a young kid, so she's like, okay, well, let me use like my money and my status to have other things that I can have. And they obviously never fulfilled her, because if you're not allowed to do the stuff that you want to do, aka she wanted to be a sugar master, which makes me sad. It makes me feel like almost like she wanted to be a painter really badly, and I think she could still be a good one, and her father should just let her try. It doesn't matter if she's
I
a
actually
woman.
love her ending, you know, and God, leaving season 1, I would have wanted her to burn, honestly, but like, after seeing kind of like her setup and, you know, just she's not mentally well. Glad to see she didn't actually do anything to Xiao besides make him like pet her hair or whatever, but like I'm happy that she's not engaged to somebody she doesn't love, and kind of like denounce like not denounce it, but she's not going to inherit the workshop, which is fine. And then like, she's kind of got that thing going on with cool eye patch man, so maybe she will have a chance to play with some sugar. I'm sure he'd let her. They used to play together as a kid.
I ship them. I think they're cute.
I know.
And
I ship them hard.
He likes her. He's kind of like Xiao, where he's like, I just want her to be happy, but if I could have what I wanted, it would be with her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they like kind of like hint at it a lot. Like they were friends, and I think you could tell that he liked her the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
She was just being a bitch for a minute.
Together. I hope to see them together soon, is what I mean.
I hope to see them together, and I hope to see that he's started letting her practice, like, making sugar for herself. Just, like, literally some hobby shit. Like, just so she could have some fun.
Yeah.
Because, like, now that she don't have to own the Page Workshop or be, like, just a housewife to the Page Workshop, I thought that was a really great solution. Like let the Collins guy, because he ended up being cooler than I thought. In the beginning, I was pissed at him, but like it was just overall like a much nicer work environment for Anne to be in, and like they let her be a leader. They cared about her deeply, and so I was like, you know what, respect. And I think he deserved that ending too.
I guess technically there's not much else to talk about in regards to the storyline itself. Like, yeah, there was like little arcs here and there, but
I would like to talk about Fall Mr. Fall some more.
Opal?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what's up?
Well, I had told Kinsey that I knew that he was a bad guy.
She told me that the second she met him, she said she knew he was like related.
I was already off, but it was the second he smelled Anne's hair, and he was like, "You smell like sugar confection," and she was like, "Everyone does," and he was like, "No, you smell like extra sweet." I said, "That's him." Got him clocked, because he was like obsessed. He was obsessed with like that's why he was killing people for the sugar confection, and then when it was revealed, I was like, "Oh God damn it!" I was like, "Oh, I hate when I guess it right."
Bro, when
I think his character was so intense.
When he got
my
mad.
only
Sorry, I'll literally shut up. It's just you paused and I got excited. Keep going.
My only gripe with him is obviously he's not dead. I felt like so. I don't know how to explain the feeling I felt when the season ended with his character. Like I understand that he's not dead, and that it was like a very intense thing. But for his story to end like that, that's how it felt. Like ended on a dime at the end of episode 23, just to give us one more episode of closure. I don't know why it felt kind of off-putting, but I don't know how to explain
one more
the
episode
feeling.
of climax. I completely agree. I didn't know how they were going to wrap it all, and I feel like they end up wrapping that much storyline by rushing that, because like they were fighting. He went on the roof. The humans were coming.
I knew he was going to fall through the second they got on there. I said, that man's jumping.
Yeah, it's just like they started, like, Shao started like really kicking ass, and I was expecting to see like that whole anime trope, like the main hero kicks ass, maybe gets knocked down one more time. There's some speeches, but then we rise above again. Like, but it was just like he started kicking ass.
Good villain.
I
think he's a really
that
good villain.
Obsessive gay that
he was annoying. I wanted to like boot him like a rodent, but he was a very good villain. I didn't like his weapon of choice.
The strings.
I wish he would have just had sword. Just
I thought he was gonna have a sword too,
like an opal sword. Let's see this opal sword, but we got
the strings felt kind of lame.
Red,
yeah, and also but like then he'd be like 100 yards away, and then he could whip some string around, and then like half the time.
I like how he changed colors. It was very fitting to the theme of the opal.
I do. He looked like a fire opal. What the next second?
How come the fairies can't fly with one wing?
Why can't they put them back on?
The other one to flap, girl.
I feel like they would figure it out.
You see a bird with one wing flying.
I just feel like they would figure it out, though.
I don't think you can.
What about that part where he sees the other sugar confections that she made for the fairy soldiers, and the reason why he gets mad is not that she shared the sugar, not that she helped them before himself. It's that theirs was better than his, and he was offended. He's like, why did mine look like fucking garbage? And you made them these exquisite looking ones. Like, and it was just like,
it looks better, it tastes better. So his were tasting like shit.
Well, no, not just that, but I think it like
he wasn't putting the effort into his.
But like she wasn't sure why either. It was definitely subconscious, but she's like, I did my best for you, and he's like, it's because you don't fucking respect me or have any, like, you don't like me, and that's why they're shit. He's like, can't fix that. I'm gonna kill you.
Well, he's
that's valid. When I have bosses that I respect, I work better.
He was not incorrect about that. That's definitely why she did not give him a good sugar confection. What did you guys think about, and this is me having my little autistic rant right now, what did you think about the precious stone fairy designs? Like, so we have Shao and we have Opal, and we haven't seen Diamond, but like,
they look alike.
Do you feel like they live up to each stone? Do you feel like one stone so far has been designed better than the other one? You know, like, because I'm like a crazy Greek god, gemstone, like, I like details. I'm a really big detail nerd. So when I saw the level of effort being put into Shao or Opal Man, to me that's like a rarity. So like I get really attached
Mm-hmm.
to things like that. I'm like, whoa, look at the quality put into that character because they are not seen as often. I don't know. It's like
When
an
I
autistic
say
thing.
they look alike, I mean like compared to other fairies, which obviously those background character fairies were the soldiers, but like besides our cute little like, plant berry fairy, whatever, when I see them, they look like they came from the same world, the same universe. Like, so now when I look forward to seeing the diamond, I know that like structurally and the vibes are all gonna feel like this ethereal ass, like, slender fairy person with like a presence. And like when you see a lot of the other fairies, like for example, like the waiters, or there's that Noah purple hair fairy that was, starving himself on his, little.
Yeah, I liked his design.
Yeah, I liked it, but like they're all so different from Shao. And then when this man showed up, like what I thought when Bridget went and got it, I was like, she cannot keep her hands out of these fine fairies like pants. Like Jesus, Bridget, like she went and found another one. But I didn't know that how closely related they were.
Yeah, I liked the Opal Fairy's design, but I felt like it could have been a little better.
I think it grew on me.
Compared to how good Shao's is. I do love his hair though. I love how it like
I love the hair.
Went down to orange at the tips, considering it was like a light green. I thought it was awesome.
I think the structure
I felt like his design grew on me. I didn't love it at first, and then I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
I think the structure of their faces are similar. Obviously, they have different color eyes, but like I think a lot of the shape of the eye and the shape of the face, which I don't know if that's just anime or like the anime style or if that's them two specifically, but there were frames where when Opal would get really like assertive or aggressive, I would kind of see a little bit of Shao in there, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of deliberate because if you look at like Benjamin and the other fucker, what's his name? The other little fairy.
Mithril Lidpot.
Mithril.
Yeah, like I think it's like intentional when they're like grew from the same material that they have somewhat similar features. Like I'd imagine that whenever we get the Diamond Fairy, she'll have very similar features to them too because she's specifically from like these type of stones.
I like how we've determined that this is going to be a woman fairy using she, her
if they don't make it a
pronouns.
woman, I'd be offended.
Yeah, you already got 2 men ones. Come on.
Yeah.
What if they end up making it like a polyamorous group? Like, what if like Opal Fairy goes and gets Diamond, like she gets born or something, and they're like in love with each other, and they're like, obviously we can only be as happy as we could be if Shao was with us, and we want to love you too, Shao. And it's like
it's hard to say because I
love
still
it.
like I see them more of like a sibling thing because they were birthed from the same thing, from like
yeah,
the same
but
home.
Opal don't see it that way.
I am aware of that.
I'm just saying, if he feels that way about Shao, and we're just theorizing that maybe Diamond would have a similar personality to Opal, I would think that she would be like, yes, we should be together.
If they had a similar personality, but I'm looking forward to seeing Diamond's personality, and I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of plot twist because Shao is so different. Well, actually, he said that maybe a year prior he would have agreed and joined Opal. I don't know.
Well, this is another thing. You have to think Shao's been alive for hundreds of years, and so has Fish,
And
whatever his name,
both were in captive.
Paul. So if
Shao's
Diamond is
only
born new, who knows the mindset that they could have? Because Shao, the only reason why Shao has the mindset he has is because he lived hundreds of years
He's
hating
only 70
humans.
years old. He's only
Well,
70
you know
years
what I
old.
meant. He lived 78 years hating humans, where
As well
where
as-
this Diamond person might not hate them when they are just being birthed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
As well
that
as they both were held in captivity and had a similar hatred for
Yeah.
humans until he met Anne.
At the same time, though, you can really manipulate somebody being that naive. Because
yeah,
if you look
that's what I'm saying. So it depends on how the birth of Diamond is started to figure out which side or their character traits, I guess.
So he had the diamond?
yes.
Yeah, in a scene he was holding it in his hand, and then another scene he says that Diamond was never birthed.
Oh.
But I feel like him holding on to it is like almost manipulative to prevent it from being birthed because him holding on to it isn't going to allow for someone to come and gaze upon it or whatever. So I actually feel like he's trying to control that aspect as well.
I think he's trying, to control, like, being there because it took him that long to run into Shao. So I think that he just wanted that level of control and to be there to even take its wing, because he took that one berry fairy's wing and they can't put it back on, and she only gets to live for like a year.
I bet that Anne is going to be the person to birth to the Diamond Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Simply because she's the main character and diamonds are valued them more than other gemstones. And it would make so much sense that as a plot twist, somehow the diamond gets in their hands. Like maybe Opal tries to birth it for so long and it's just not birthing. They run back into Opal on accident. They have a little, altercation. They steal the diamond back. And then randomly Anne's the person that births the Diamond Fairy.
Shao has no interest in stealing the diamond. However, while Shao is fighting Opal, the diamond falls out of his jacket pocket. And while Anne is watching, all worried for Shao, she gazes upon the diamond, and therefore diamond is born.
Caitlin, they do have a motive to want the diamond, because as long as Opal has the diamond, he's going to keep trying to work on his, plans of trying to...
They think he's dead, though.
But I'm saying if they were to run into him again, they would know that he still has the diamond, and they'd want to get it back because, clearly precious gemstone fairies are super powerful. They wouldn't want him to have access to manipulate one like that. I also don't think that Anne would give birth to a fairy mid-fight when you have to be, super calm and really enjoying the beauty of life to birth a family. A family.
I also don't think Shao thinks that I don't think Shao thinks Opal's dead. He never once said, he's dead, we don't have to worry about him anymore.
True.
I think Shao also is up
I
to
know,
no
and
good
he
like
ran
I
away
am.
one time, he'll run away again.
Yeah, Shao knows what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he made me uncomfortable.
No body doesn't mean they're dead.
Oh my god, and then, guys, we didn't even talk about how he made Shao kill humans.
Shao didn't kill any humans.
Yes, he did. He did.
He said he made the other guy kill him.
Well, that was for that specific guy, but there was a few scenes where Shao raised his sword and then swung it, and it didn't show who he hit.
Yeah, he was killing people.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about the show other than the fact that I feel like...
Let's talk about the ending.
The ending? You mean how we got no kiss and...
Yep.
Oh, wait. Yes, you guys didn't tell me what you thought about, her final project with the Christmas trees and stuff like that. Did you feel like this project was something big enough to outshine the other one she did or not? I personally did.
I see where they were going with it. I would have been overwhelmed. If I walked into that church and they had all those things there lighting up and like that, I'd walk right out.
Overstimulated.
I'd be like,
I would be.
I'm autistic and I'm overstimulated. What, Kaylin?
I liked the idea with the fact that everybody had their own styles. The guy who kept saying it needs a little color, I was I wanted to punch him every time. I'm like, sit down. Man's his colors too much. I'm but then when she came up with the color palette, she's like, we could add hints of some pinks and blues and purples. I was like, okay. And then it was something that could look so beautiful, and not saying that it wasn't hard or intricate to make, because they looked really fucking hard and intricate to make, but everybody could do different snowflakes because every snowflake has to be different anyway. So and I loved the finale, that speech when what's his face, I don't remember all their names, I just know what they look like, came and he was mad. He's like, why aren't you looking for Anne? And when Mr. Collins snapped back saying we are doing this for Anne, and it's this almost manifesting, she'll be back and she will want to see this project completed, and they said it so respectfully. I loved it. And I was very happy for them. I felt like this was a big win for Anne after everything she's been through, because even when she became the Sugar Master, people were still trying to pull her under. So for once, nothing went wrong. Nobody snuck in to try to push one of those towers down or anything. It was just a nice, solid moment. It felt like a breath of fresh air. It was beautiful. I was mad on that balcony when they were like, maybe you'll find someone to be happy with one day. Wanted to punch the fucking... I was like, when are you going to kiss? They went outside. I was like, yes, a moment alone. It's snowing. Maybe he's going to kiss her now. Nope, they went back into the church. Ooh, I really hope they don't kiss here now. That's in front of everybody. That'd be weird. But also we're already here and it's such a good moment. Still doesn't kiss her.
I just deserved one, even if it was like a post, like after credits, something. I don't even watch the ending when we watch this anime, but I was watching it, waiting for something, and they gave me nothing, Kinsey. I can't believe you made me watch that without a single little, just one little peck was all I wanted.
She made us watch it before she even finished it. Also, I have another thing to mention.
What do you mean? I finished it before you guys watched it.
No, but you were telling us to watch it before you finished it. Like, before you had actually finished it, you were like, you guys need to watch this. Yeah.
Well, how would I have known? I didn't know they weren't going to kiss at that time at the end. I was expecting that they were. But also, what?
The Vi Council took one of Anne's family crests that were taboo to create, and I don't trust him. Even though he was all nice to her at her little event, I think he's going to pull it out when it conveniences him, maybe to manipulate her. Why would he need that?
I just don't like the Viscount in general. I think that he's like one of those people that gets off to being devil's advocate, but has no real motive to do it. Just does it just to fuck around. That's the motive. I like to see people in turmoil. That's what it seems like when the Viscount acts like that. So we're going to see what happens with that. But in general, the last comment I wanted to make about the show, and you guys can say anything after this if you have stuff to add, was that was this show the thickest of plots we've ever watched? No. And did they kiss? No. But I don't know what it is about this show. I love the style. I think it looks like literal sparkly sugar when I watch it. I love the characters. I specifically am in love with Shao. And I'm just a sucker for slow burns. I've shown Mariah several at this point.
It's a good one.
And I just love seeing a relationship evolve like that. And the tension that they feel when they're in a room together is just so juicy. And that's why I got addicted very easily to this show.
You know what I would have? Sorry. Obviously, I'm never opposed to slow burn. I wish I would have saw Anne just one time flirt a little at Shao just to see him taken aback. Even if it was an awkwardness. I would have loved to see one little thing of her flirting at him, and he would have been like, oh my God, did that just... Am I imagining this?
Funny? I love to watch and read slow burns about the shy girl and a guy who respects her and casually flirts with her here and there, like Shao does. But the truth is, in reality, is I'm not that girl. I straight up, they flirt with me, I'll flirt back, and they'll be like,
yeah,
and that's
so I just wanted a little bit of it, say towards the end, or maybe at a moment when Anne was feeling her most confident self, she said a line to Shao that made him go, what?
Yeah.
I would too.
Or, even if he would have just blushed, he would have been like, I have to go now. I'd have been like...
Because Shao's character was really good about how he was with her, treating her, so I think it would have been funny to see him kind of taken aback for once.
Can I say something, Kenzie?
Yeah, that's why I said make your last comments.
Listen, I'm just impatient. That's all I am. I always say I hate slow burns when I don't get it, but more so out of this, God damn it, that was so good, I wanted to see it. But I sat through... And this is before the final arc of Inuyasha. There's 120 something episodes, maybe 150, I don't know, of Inuyasha episodes. They don't kiss in the whole series of Inuyasha. And if I'm spoiler alert, if it's in the final act that they end up kissing.
What do you mean? What do you mean final act? You said the whole series they don't kiss? How do they?
The final act is a different series.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's called Inuyasha the Final Act. There's actually a different voice actress for it, and it's hard for me to watch.
Final act? Is it an episode? Is it a few episodes?
It's a series of I think 20 episodes, and I've not finished watching it all the way through, admittedly, because I autistically can't get past the fact that they changed voice actresses, and it's so different. It's nothing alike. So I spoiled the rest for myself because I couldn't sit through it. It's actually sad, but the scenes were still really good.
I
probably should try to go... No, it's sad because, I sat there as a child and watched 100 episodes of Kagome sounding a specific way just for them to change her up so drastically. It's a completely different voice actress. It was they couldn't even, fake it. I don't know. It was hard. But I'm saying it was sad I had to spoil it for myself. It was still good, and they did kiss, but I'm just saying, that was a slow burn. And, they don't even admit, liking each other till, a lot of the way through the show, and even then it wasn't, it's more of this, I love you, and I love you, but they weren't doing anything, and I'm like, when are you gonna do more than just be nice to each other now?
I think, Kinsey, you should read the light novel for Apple Fairy Sugar Tale.
I
Sugar
told her
Apple
she needs to
Fairy Tale?
order a physical copy of the manga.
Well,
once a
yeah, but they
paycheck.
have a light novel that has more, or that has a continuation of where it's animated at. So maybe you should pick up, or even just read it from the beginning, because there might be stuff that's not in the anime, and you should read more and tell me about it.
You should read both and just order them to Barnes & Noble once per paycheck. Go to Barnes & Noble, pick up the book, walk around, maybe see if there's any trinkets in a cookie you want. Sit down, read the book, leave. And then do that every 2 weeks just to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
to
the
get
light
it.
novel is supposed to have like a continuation from where we're at. I don't think they've confirmed Diamond, but they've talked about Diamond a lot, like possibly.
I think this is up in that, like, mystical man, Howl's Moving Castle shit you like.
It is.
Here, I got the timeline for you, Kaylin. The light novel came out March 31st, 2010. It's still going on. There's 19 volumes in it. The manga came out November 2012. They made a second manga November 4th, 2021, and then the anime came out January 6th, 2023.
Send me the link, Brian.
Well, I'm reading it on
Wow.
Wiki.
Oh.
That's
Well,
really
there's
cool.
19 volumes to the light novel.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're probably not that. Probably
Yeah,
not that long. It's still
probably not.
going. That's why.
I'm so excited. But yeah, so that was the show. I don't have much else to say about it, but I was obsessed with it. I still am. I still think about it, and Shao is my dream man. So,
I'm excited to hear more about the lore of the fairies.
me too.
I know. And I just want to see them start their relationship. Obviously, the pacing is what makes it that good. Had they did that season 1, it wouldn't feel that good. So I understand the point of a slow burn. That doesn't mean I have to enjoy it all the time.
Well, I read spoilers about the relationship, so.
I did not read spoilers about their relationship, but
I
I know what
did.
happened.
Just some.
I was
Yeah,
told
they
them.
break up. I'm just kidding.
They kill each other.
I would, you
Yeah,
find me,
they fight to the death.
y'all would find my body somewhere. If these two broke up. Also, it'd be over a dumb miscommunication, let's be honest.
You'd
I
find
know.
Kaylin's body gone.
It'd be like
on
Shao
Gay
saw
Street.
her out the window, and then at the same moment, she saw Shao doing something shady, and then they just assumed how they felt, so they both said the wrong thing. Like that fucking dumb moment where she's like, "Go away, Shao. I don't want you here." So he left without being smart enough to maybe think that maybe she was in a hostage situation. Like, Mithril Lithpod was actually the IQ in that episode. Let's be honest.
I wanted
love
to
that
think
man.
that Negro Lidpod was the dumb, just humor aspect to it.
Comedic
but
humor.
He's the only one that would call things for what they were. And you know what? I disrespected that man too much. He is
Really? He gives off Kinsey energy.
It's kind of like what's it called? I don't know, like the Spider-Man effect, like where I'm like, "Who are you?" and they're like, "Who are you? I'm you." And I'm like, "No, you're not me." Like that that's me, because when I saw me through a lid pot, I was like, "How annoying." And then Mariah told me later, she's like, "Yeah, when I saw him, I actually thought about you." And I was like,
We didn't even mention how they almost kissed, but Mithril was there.
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
mentioned
were.
at the beginning. I wrote
Oh.
it
Yeah,
down.
she did mention it actually.
Sorry, sometimes when Mariah gets her turn first, I think about what I want to say on my turn instead of listen.
Don't
I like it.
don't
At
say
least
that
she
while
was
we're recording a
honest. At least
podcast,
she was
Kaylin.
honest about it. Sometimes when
I
Mariah
need you to work on that
Okay.
because
when a little-
we're here for efficiency.
It's like when a
Okay,
little
Ford.
kid straight up says their honest reaction, like, "Why were you staring at that lady?" "Because she's fat, and I was wondering how she fit on a toilet." Like that's, I don't know. And then they say it out loud in a grocery store or something.
Yeah.
Mommy, why does that man have no leg?
It's like when Kaylin met a biracial person for the first time.
No,
And
I
she
said,
said, "How's
"You're
your
black.
mom white?"
Your mom's white." And then I saw their dad,
Yeah.
and my kid brain went doot, 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 like connecting the dots, doing the math.
Dude.
Oh,
All right, guys.
boy.
Well, that's all I have to say about it. So, what are we talking about next week?
I
What are
actually had
we?
no time to think about anything that I wanted to watch next week.
Whose turn is it?
Instead, it's my turn.
I didn't know.
We go in the same order.
It's been so long.
Youngest to oldest.
What? No,
We always go
'cause
youngest to oldest.
So why are we going from youngest to oldest to middle?
Yeah, Mariah, actually, that doesn't make
No,
any sense.
It goes.
No,
It goes.
does.
It
'Cause
goes.
Mariah's the
Mariah,
oldest.
Kaylin, Kinsey. Mariah, Kaylin, Kinsey.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
Whenever I'm here, I
So-
forget I'm the youngest. I feel like I'm at your guys' exact age, so I'm like, I'm not a baby. Shut up.
I had no time to think about what I wanted to share because sometimes I try to think of like something like either really good from my childhood or something that I know Kaylin hasn't watched. I was thinking about watching V for Vendetta, but I actually don't feel like watching that movie right now. So I'm gonna
pick
keep
for
it
you.
easy. No, I'm gonna keep it easy, and I really want to watch Blue Period because I read the manga. So let's watch the first 5 episodes of Blue Period. It's an easy watch.
What the
Is
fuck
it
Blue
gay?
Period?
No, it's not gay, unfortunately.
I thought
It's
was.
about a boy who finds his love for art. So we're gonna watch it.
That
I don't want
sounds
to talk
pretty
too
gay.
much about it.
All right, well,
I read the manga
Exciting.
and I've never watched the anime, and one of my mutuals tweeted about today how she really liked the show, so I figured easy
I
pick.
like weeks like this. Let's just, let's wing it and see.
Yeah, it'll be new for all of us. I couldn't think of anything
Yeah.
that I wanted to make force Kaylin to watch.
Worst case
I
scenario.
was thinking about
if
forcing Kaylin to watch Sky High, that Disney movie. Kinsey knows what I'm talking about. With
Yeah,
that
I'm
hot
obsessed
Kinsey
with
looks
boy.
so
Fire guy.
happy.
I'm obsessed with the fire guy. When he comes up on the screen,
Yeah.
I'm like,
It was a good one in my youth. That was my first red flag into men when I was a kid.
that's not a red flag. He was so nice. He was so kind.
Yeah, I know, but like I didn't like them. I liked him when we thought he was mean.
Oh, you mean the reason you thought you liked him, which was you thought he was mean. Yeah.
So
So, like,
when-
your
Yeah.
initial attraction to him is what was the red flag. But
Yeah.
him as a character, he's very nice.
He's like, hi,
Yeah,
I'm
but we'll watch
emotionally
that
stable,"
another
and you're like,
time.
ew, actually, never mind.
I know, that'll be funny to watch.
Yeah.
They should have made another movie.
So Blue Period it is.
Blue period it is.
All right, goodbye.
Oh my god, so sudden. I didn't like that.